Hello and welcome back to Chance Myanmar. Today we are going to have a look at making small talk. By the end of this class, you will be more confident starting, continuing and ending small talk, and you will have a wide variety of expressions and phrases that you can use every day. Why do we use small talk? Why do you think it's so important? I want you to think about that. Imagine a conversation without small talk. It would be very, very awkward. Hi, I'm Shona. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Shona. Did you hear the silence? Uncomfortable. That is why we use small talk. So what kind of things can we talk about with small talk? Well, we can talk about hobbies, food, we can talk about travel. There's many topics that you can include in your small talk. We are going to go through some phrases and expressions and lots of vocabulary that's going to help you make better small talk. Are you ready? Making small talk does not have to be a scary experience. Be confident and approach people. Ask questions. Some great questions to ask will include when, where, why, how, what. So, when did you start learning English? Where are you learning English? Why are you learning English? These are great ways to ask questions. Make sure your questions are open. This means that they cannot be answered with simply yes or no. Open-ended questions. This helps keep the conversation moving and it doesn't become boring or awkward. Let's practice making small talk. I want you to imagine you have just started a new position with many foreigners on your team. How are you going to introduce yourself? What are you going to say? Some of the phrases and expressions you learnt in lesson 1 will help you, but let's have a look at breaking the ice. Are you ready? So we can start off by saying, I don't think we've met. I don't think we have met. I don't think we've met. Nice to meet you. I'm Shona. What this is doing, by you saying, I don't think we've met, it means that you want to know who this person is and they will be ready to start small talking with you. They might ask you, nice to meet you. How are you? And then you would say how you are. You should be well. So, where are you from? I'm from England. How long have you been in Yangon? I've been living in Yangon for almost 2 years. What about you? Think about those questions that you can ask to keep the conversation going. Write these down and practice. I don't think we've met. That's step 1 in speaking to someone. How are you? Ask the person how they are. They will ask you the same. Where are you from? And how long have you been living, working? Write them down and practice asking and answering. Imagine you have traveled to a networking event, a conference, a business meeting. Small talk has to happen. So let's have a look at a typical dialogue of what might be said. How was the flight over? How was your flight? They're asking about your general well-being. You took a flight to a new place. They want to know. So you could say, it was great. A little bumpy, turbulence. They could then go on to say, is this your first visit to Mandalay? No, it isn't. I was here 3 years ago. This is a closed question, and I know that I told you not to ask closed questions, but if you ask this, you are usually expected to give more information, and then you can ask more follow-up questions from that information. We could then go on to say, how long are you staying in Mandalay? How long are you going to be here? I will be here for a week. I will be here for a month. To sound more engaged, you will use expressions like these. Really? Wow. Think about your intonation and your body language. It's very, very important. Food. Who doesn't like food? So for small talk, this is a great topic. A nice question. Have you tried any local food yet? I am hoping to try some. Can you recommend a good restaurant? Can you? Can you recommend a good restaurant? Well done. You have made it to the end of another English lesson. Before I leave, I want to give you some tips to take away. Now, tip number 1. When small talking, you need to be approachable. This means that people need to be comfortable coming up to you and with you approaching them. So how can you do that? Body language. Remember, it is really, really important. Nice open stance, great eye contact, and a nice smile on your face. This says, I am open, I am here, I am waiting for you to come and talk to me. Tip number 2, take the initiative. Imagine you're at a networking event or a conference. There's people that you need to meet. There's business relationships that you need to build. You're going to do this by small talking. We have been through the phrases that you need to break the ice and start those conversations. Use them. Tip number 3, make sure you listen. Do not look up while someone is speaking to you. Do not look at your nails. Do not be down here because you're nervous and trying to listen. Pay attention. Listen to the person. You are trying to build a relationship built on trust. And this is about listening. So pay attention. Remember, it is a two-way conversation. You talk about you and then you listen. I am going to give you a task for small talk. I would like you to go to your group on Facebook and small talk your group members. Practice using these phrases, the expressions. I will be checking, so make sure you're there. Thank you very much for joining this lesson, and I hope to see you in our next lesson, which is about successful interviews.